we are going to do Try Not to Laugh with some dark humor, and you're already laughing. This is going to be easy. Don't spit at me, please. I don't want to get wet.
I hate my life.
Wow.
I hate my life.
Really?
I hate my life.
So we're doing some dark humor, so this is definitely going to be age restricted.
Wait, we're doing a freaking video.
I am, for my channel.
Kind of like mini.
So, here's the first joke.
Don't face him.
I was going
Face each other.
I
You have to face each other.
was going to tell a dead baby joke, but I decided to abort. Ryan's a stone face. Why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle? His wife died. Why does Helen Keller hate porcupines? They're painful to look at. I get it! I just got it. Because she's blind, so she has to touch it.
The fact that he fucking just said that.
It's because she's blind, so she has to touch it.
I didn't
you
hear
go
that
grab
one.
my water? It's sitting over at the base of the
I
couch.
didn't hear that one.
I'm up
Read that
next.
again.
Why does Helen Keller hate
spitting at each other or
porcupines?
no?
They're painful to
No,
look at.
spit it out. Spit away.
Okay.
Alright. So you lost.
Ow. That hurt.
Who stepped on this?
Okay, so we switched up the participants because he couldn't keep in the liquid.
That's what she said.
Okay, so continuation. Give a man a match. He'll burn for he'll be warm for a few hours. Set a man on fire. He'll be warm for the rest of his life.
Shut up, peanut gallery.
Suicide drug.
I asked a pretty young homeless woman if I could take her home. She smiled at me and said yes. The look on her face soon changed, however, when I walked off with her cardboard box.
We'll close it.
I'm on that side.
There you go. Yeah. Move.
Pay no mind to who's right there.
Just don't spit that way.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
My wife and I have reached the difficult decision that we do not want children. If anyone does, please send me your contact details and we can drop them off tomorrow.
Smooth.
Yikes.
And my elderly relatives like to tease me at weddings, saying you'll be next. They soon stopped though once I started doing the same thing to them at funerals.
You gotta get the dark humor ones out. The dark ones.
A blind woman tells her boyfriend that she's seeing someone. It's either really terrible news or really great news. I get it. It's so bad. I was digging in our garden when I found a chest full of gold coins. I was about to run straight home to tell my wife about it, but then I remembered why I was digging in the garden. He killed his wife.
Ready? Let me do one. My son, who's into astronomy, asked me how stars die. I said, usually in an overdose, son.
I have good news and bad news, the doctor said to his patient. Give me the good news first. The patient said, your test results came back, the doctor said, and you have only 2 days to live. That's the good news? The patient exclaimed. What's the bad news? I've been trying to contact you for 2 days. Oh, shit. Even people who are good for nothing have the capacity to bring a smile on your face. For instance, when you push them down the stairs.
My girlfriend's dog died, so to cheer her up, I went out and got an identical one. She went mad. What am I going to do with 2 dead dogs? Dude, these guys are stoned.
My grandfather says I'm too reliant on technology. I called him a hypocrite and unplugged his life support.
What did the man with no hands get for Christmas? Gloves? Just kidding. He hasn't opened his present yet.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. Wonderful saying, horrible way to find out you were adopted.
Hashtag relatable, CJ.
What's the hardest part of a vegetable to eat? The wheelchair.
Holy shit.
The other day, my wife asked me to patch her lipstick, but I accidentally patched her a glue stick. She hasn't talked to me since.
I got one. What do you call a white girl that can run faster than her brothers? The redneck virgin.
I have an EpiPen. My friend gave it to me while he was dying. It seemed really important to him that I have it. I wish the grass in my back lawn was emo. Then it would cut itself.
Holy shit.
What? What? Oh no, go ahead.
I'll never forget my granddad's last words before he died. Are you still holding the ladder?
What's got 5 arms, 3 legs, and 2 feet? The finish line at the Boston Marathon. What did the Boston Marathon bombers do that Hitler couldn't? End a race.
I bought my blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday. A week later, he told me it was the most violent book he's ever read.
Ow! How?
The other day, I took my grandma to one of those fish spas where the little fish eat your dead skin. It was way cheaper than having her buried in the cemetery.
Go back. Go back to the other page. I was enjoying that.
What is black and sticks to a tree? A peeping Tom after a forest fire. You guys are stone-faced. Jeez. About a month before he died, my uncle had his back covered in lard. After that, he went downhill fast. Okay, we're gonna pick new targets because these guys are too stone-faced. Okay, so these are our new contestants. We're gonna see how well they can hold up. It turns out a major new study recently found that humans eat more bananas than monkeys. It's true. I can't remember the last time I ate a monkey. What's the difference between me and cancer? My dad didn't beat cancer. I hate double standards. Burn a body at a crematorium, you're being a respectable person. Do it at home, you're destroying evidence.
I got one. Today at the bank, an old lady asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
Heard that one before. Way too many times.
I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. Why do blind people hate skydiving? It scares the hell out of their dogs.
Today was a terrible day. My ex got hit by a bus, and I lost my job as a bus driver. Where does a girl with one leg work? IHOP.
My wife told me I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down.
I like that one.
It's important to have a good vocabulary. If I had known the difference between the words antidote and anecdote, one of my good friends would still be alive.
Oh, that's too dark.
Today my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" I burst into tears. 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
When ordering food at a restaurant, I asked the waiter, how they prepare the chicken. Nothing special.
What the hell?
No. Nothing special. He explains. We just tell them they're about to die.
And just letting you know, I was the one burped and almost got these two laughing.
Okay. I know a lot of jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work.
Where exactly are you taking me, doctor? The patient asked. To the morgue. The doctor replied. What? The patient panicked. But I'm not dead yet. And we're not there yet, the doctor said.
That's cold. That is real cold.
What's the last thing that goes through a fly's head as it hits the windshield of a car going 70 miles per hour? It's ass.
Oh my god!
Say that one more time. Alright, we have the loser here.
Oh my god!
Say that one more time.
Holy shit!
What's the last thing that went through the fly's head as it hit the windshield of a car going 70 miles per hour? It's ass.
I've heard that one so many times. I don't know how you guys haven't heard that one before.
Holy fucking shit! Dude, if you hadn't gone there, I would have. I congratulate you, sir.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I've heard that one.
Holy shit!
Too many times, actually.
God, that's fucking great.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
Holy shit!
new contestants maybe? We're gonna continue?
I won.
Yeah, you
Blew
did.
for me.
That's what she said.
blew.
So I
That's what she
stay.
said.
Who's up? CJ?
But this time we'll do even strategies.
Michael, do you want to go?
Nah. I'll watch.
This time we'll do a bit.
it's empty. Let me know.
Okay, so here's the next contestants. He didn't really want to play anymore. And also because he also wanted to tell a little bit of jokes, so these are the next contestants that we're doing. Okay, first joke, but for you two. What's the fastest way to stop an argument between a bunch of deaf people? Just switch off the lights.
I called a suicide hotline in Iraq. They got excited and asked if I could drive a truck.
I don't get it.
I called a suicide hotline in Iraq.
Oh no!
They got
I get
excited
it.
and asked if I could drive a truck.
I was hiking once with my girlfriend. Suddenly, a huge brown bear was charging at us, really mad. We must have come close to her cubs. Luckily, I had my 9mm pistol with me. One shot to my girlfriend's kneecap was all it took. I could walk away at a comfortable pace. Yeah, what's up?
Why don't eggs tell jokes? They'd crack each other up. Dad, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut.
You can't say Hitler was bad through and through. He did kill Hitler after all.
Dark.
Hey, why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
I asked Siri why I was still single. She turned on the front camera.
What's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu? One requires tweetment and the other requires ointment.
A priest asked the convicted murderer at the electric chair, "Do you have any last requests?" "Yes," replied the murderer. "Can you please hold my hand?"
Yeah, I see that one.
"Wow, honey, I never thought our son would go that far." "Yeah, the catapult was really amazing. Go get our daughter."
Holy dark!
Damn.
I went to the chemist today and asked for a box of condoms. The girl serving me asked if I wanted a bag with it. I said no thanks. She's actually quite pretty.
Udabomb! No Udabomb! In America, a compliment. In the Middle East, an argument.
Yep. What do you say to a one-legged hitchhiker? Hop in.
What do you call a dog with no legs? It doesn't matter what you call him. He isn't coming.
I've heard that one before.
Mom, why is my backpack so heavy? Allahu Akbar, my son. Allahu Akbar.
Oh, Daddy, I love you so much. Hey, until the DNA test, you just call me Harry.
Okay, we took off our clothes. I got on top of you. How long till it starts feeling good? I don't know, but I've got a headache already.
What concert costs just 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback?
At a first date, I work with animals every day. Oh, how sweet. What is it that you do? I'm a butcher. Why?
Why did the
It's dark humor.
What did the leper say to the prostitute? Keep the tip.
A guy stole my car last night, and before I tried calling the police, I thought, fuck it, let him explain the bodies in the trunk.
Okay, that's...
Said that one yet?
Oh...
The top one.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one then. Darling, I really think it's time we got another baby. Oh, I'm quite relieved you said that. The one we have is a real pain in the neck.
What's the difference between a golf ball and a G-spot? A man will actually look for a golf ball.
How can you tell your acne is starting to get out of hand? Blind can start reading your face.
Hey, why does Santa have such a big sack? Because he only comes once a year. And usually when it does, it's usually down a chimney.
How do you stop a bull from charging? Cancel its credit card.
I like that one. I like that one. That one's good.
Have you noticed Andrew's nipples are
I've
coming?
heard that one before, but last one.
No, you're supposed to do this.
What's the best way? Hey, what's the best part about having sex with a 28-year-old? There's 28 of them. There's 20.
Oh, no! Don't say that one. That one's bad.
During a funeral, the pallbearers accidentally bumped into a wall, whistle carrying the coffin, and then when they do so, they hear a faint moan. So they open the casket only to find that the woman inside is actually alive. She lives for 10 more years after this and then eventually dies, so that there's another funeral for her. At the end of the service, all the pallbearers carry out the casket. The husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall!"
Okay. Why was the little girl crying? Because I wiped my bloody dick on her teddy bear.
Oh, no! A duck is standing next to a busy road car, zooming past while we wait for a break in traffic. A chicken walks up to him and says, "Don't do it, man. You'll never hear the end of it."
I had to give up my vegetarian diet. Turns out they're a lot harder to catch than cows.
I think I've heard this one before, but
What's so difficult, or what's the problem with fucking a 10-year-old girl? Flipping her over and finding out it's a 10-year-old boy.
you're not wrong.
My grandmother's my grandmother's last words before she kicked the bucket were, "Hey, how far do you think I can keep this bucket?"
How many Jews can you fit in a car? 2 in the front, 3 in the back, and a whole bunch in the ashtray.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Michael Phelps and Hitler? At least Michael Phelps can finish a race.
23 or 33.
What's the difference?
Mexi-
What's the difference between a little child and a refrigerator? A refrigerator doesn't scream when I stick my meat in it.
Oh!
Oh, God.
A Mexican magician says he will disappear on the count of 3. He says uno, dos, and poof, disappears without a trace.
I like that one.
Why don't they have the Olympics in Mexico? Because all the people that can run, jump, and swim are already out of the country.
Why can't dinosaurs clap? Because they're fucking dead.
How is life like a penis? Your girlfriend makes it hard.
Blackburn?
Why do scuba divers fall backwards out of the boat? Because if they fell forward, they'd still be in the boat.
Why did the dead baby cross the road? Why did the dead baby cross the road? Because it was stapled to the chicken.
What?
The temptation to sing the lion sleeps tonight is always just a whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away.
What's red? What's red? What's red and bad for your teeth? A brick.
What's black and blue and red all over? A newspaper.
Two satellites decided to get married. It wasn't much of a wedding, but boy, the reception was amazing.
I have to show you guys this. Now it's not.
Guys, you should at least spice it up a bit.
Oh, I got this.
Literally
So he
spice it up.
says. All right, watch out.
What's the difference between a drug dealer and a hooker? A hooker can wash her crack and sell it again.
Yep.
What's green, yellow, and eats nuts? Gonorrhea.
Get a list. 5
That didn't even last a minute, dude. That was good. That was CJ.
Tristan, literally, you did not spice it up until
Keep
now.
going. Keep going. What do you got?
Nothing right now.
Okay, you're going that way. Okay, got it.
What's pink?
Are you sure
What's
there?
pink, black, and has 17 nipples?
Yeah, that's
The trash
better.
can behind the cancer ward.
Oh, just about to explode. How about a little list?
What do Jersey girls use as protection during sex? Bus shelters.
Okay.
Looking at video.
Holy shit.
My hair.
You want to join in? Try not.
What?
All right, I'm going over here.
Watch out, Ryan.
Know that I would
You're in the.
completely win this.
There we go.
I got him with a gun. Rhea joke.
What up, Ross?
I found the kryptonite. Super horrible jokes.
What do we got?
Number one.
Yep, you got that one. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere.
Stop making each other laugh by punching each other's nipples.
Did you hear that McDonald's is coming out with a McJackson burger? It's a 50-year-old piece of meat and a 12-year-old bun.
No.
Bad.
Almost got him though. Almost got him. Jazzy.
Maybe.
Keep up the video. Come
It is up.
Watch the camera, because you keep tilting it to where it loses me.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
How is a woman like a condom? Both spend more time in your wallet than on your dick.
Now we're getting into the spicy shit.
Here, let me do it.
What was David Bowie's last hit?
You know what?
Probably heroin.
This next round we'll switch it up a bit.
What do you call a deaf gynecologist? A lip reader. I hope death is a woman. That way it will never come for me.
Now you got it.
What did the elephant say to the naked man? How do you breathe through that tiny thing? What's the difference between a joke and two dicks? You can't take a joke.
As I suspected, someone has been adding soil to my garden. The plot thickens.
Why do women always have sex with the lights off? Because they never like to see a man having a good time.
Come on, spice it up a bit.
What do you call a cheap circumcision? A ripoff.
My boss told me to have a good night, have a good day, so I went home.
What does a woman's pussy and a chainsaw have in common? Missed by a few inches and you're in deep shit.
When you say that.
Literally,
When you're
spice it up means I meant like
ready,
doing
Ready?
something fun.
ready. When you're going 90 miles an hour in a school zone and the preschoolers are crossing the street, this is where the fun begins.
Shit, your face is creepy on the video.
Men vacuum in the same way that they have sex. They just put it in and make some noise for 3 minutes before they collapse on the couch and think that their wife should be really happy.
Holy shit!
Come on, Justin, spit it out. Spit it out.
Did you hear about the blind prostitute? Well, you gotta hand it to her.
God!
Really?
All over me too!
No, it's all over me! And his phone! I got the spit action!
That was fucking amazing! Woo! That was amazing.
Should I pause
The
it?
part I almost got him was.
Pause it?
Now almost.
No?
Yeah, I'd pause
No, I went in on this next
part I
one.
almost got him was. I went in on this.
One in on the next one?
Yeah, I went.
What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a unicycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? Attire. Why can't the pony sing? Because it's a little hoarse. Why does Nori put barcodes on all its ships? So they can Scandinavian. That was bad. Have you ever tried eating a clock? It's really time consuming. What did the bison? What did the buffalo's dad say to his son when he left? Bison. These are not good.
What does
No.
the mafia and pussies have in common? One slip of the tongue and you're in deep shit.
Hold on.
What's the difference between a pregnant woman and a light bulb? You can unscrew a light bulb.
A daughter asked her mother, "Mom, how do you spell scrotum?" Her mom replied, "Honey, you should have asked me last night. It was on the tip of my tongue." No.
Hang on. What's the difference between your boyfriend and a condom? Condoms have evolved. They're not so thick and insensitive anymore.
Okay. What did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend? Wiped his ass.
What do you call a hippie's wife? A Mississippi.
No. I know.
Okay, top one.
What does tofu and a dildo have in common? They're both meat substitutes.
I hate Russian dolls. They're so full of themselves.
How many emo kids does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They all sit in the dark and cry.
Wow. What do you give to a sick lemon? Lemonade.
I get it.
Oh, Tristan, Andrew, no!
How many men does it take to open a beer? None. It should be opened by the time she brings it.
Did you see CJ's face?
Do you remember
lit
that joke
up.
I told you about my spine? It was about a week back.
What do you call an IT teacher who touches up his students? A PDF file.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over the bay, they're bagels.
Do not be racist. Be like Mario. He's an Italian plumber who was made by the Japanese, speaks English, looks like a Mexican, drums like a black man, and grabs coins like a Jew.
Remember that one? Yeah. What do you see? What do you see when the Pillsbury Doughboy bends over? Donuts.
What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but its flag is a big plus.
Excuse me, may I interview you? Yeah. Name? Abdul Al-Razim. Sex? 3 to 5 times a week. No, I mean male or female. Yes, male, female, sometimes camel.
Why didn't the astronaut come home to his wife? He needed his space.
How did the leper hockey game end? There's a face-off in the corner.
That is great.
Why do cow milk stills only have 3 legs? Because the cow's got the udder.
I added Paul Walker on Xbox, but he spends all his time on the dashboard.
What was the last thing that went through Paul Walker's mind? Probably bits of dashboard and tree.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, that's really screwed up. How is virginity like a soap bubble? One prick and it is gone.
Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless.
How do you get the little black kids to stop jumping on your bed? Put Velcro on the ceiling. How do you get them down? Tell the Mexican kids next door it's a piñata.
That's screwed up. Why does Stephen King do one-liners? Because he can't stand up. Real men don't wear pink, they eat it.
How are black people and tornadoes the same? It only takes one to ruin a good neighborhood.
That. Why do men always give their jackets to their women when they're cold? Who wants a blowjob from a woman who's shaking with her teeth?
Where do you send Jewish kids with attention deficit disorder? Concentration camp.
That's fucked up.
Jesus Christ. What do a pizza boy and a gynecologist have in common? They both smell it, but they can't eat it.
Why do Chinese people have Chinese babies? Because 2 Wongs don't make a white.
What's worse than waking up at a party and finding a penis drawn on your face? Finding out it was traced.
How is pubic hair like parsley? You push it to the side before you start eating.
Don't be racist. Racist is a crime, and crime is for black people.
Really? Come on. Why isn't there a pregnant Barbie doll? Ken came in another box.
Yep.
What's the difference between Michael Jackson and a grocery bag? One is made of plastic and is dangerous for children to play with. The other is used to carry groceries.
Oh!
You almost got ya. I was so close.
The top one. The top one.
No, this isn't a lot funnier. My first high school football game was a lot like my first time having sex. I was bloody and sore at the end, but at least my dad came.
The top one.
What do you call a man who cries while he pleasures himself? A tearjerker.
I've heard that one.